What is up, everyone? So today I'm going to show you 5 stocks that I think can double within the next year. And to give you guys a little bit of a background, I have been investing in stocks for about 8 years now, and I managed to turn about $20,000 into $100,000 within the first 3 years of trading. So I'd like to think that I know what I'm talking about. So to get into it, let's just jump into my computer screen and I'll show you guys the first stock that I'm looking at. So the first stock that I'm looking at is called Shopify, and this is an e-commerce website that basically allows you to build your own website that offers payment processing. So this is huge. Before, if you wanted to build a website with payment processing, it would have costed you thousands of dollars and weeks, if not months, to build that website if you were to pay a web developer. And so with Shopify, basically you can do that all for free in well under a day. Basically, it's a subscription service with a base package costing of $30 a month, and their top-of-the-line package costing $300, which offers basically a huge variety of support and services. But that's more for if you're doing a lot of business and kind of need that extra support. But starting off, you'll be fine with the 30 bucks a month package. So as of today, the company has more than 500,000 merchants using its platform and total gross merchandise volume exceeding $40 billion. And I have used this website to build an online store, and I have to say that it's absolutely seamless to use. They offer a ton of resources, themes for their websites, and it's just easy to use. Really, anyone can do this. Make their own website that offers payment processing. So yeah, this is a chart of their stock. Don't be too concerned about all these lines, and I know this probably looks busy if none of you have ever used Thinkorswim, the trading platform Thinkorswim. So yeah, just ignore all these lines if you've never used this kind of software. Basically, these are just Bollinger Bands. These are moving average lines. So yeah, just don't worry about that. So yeah, the stock has gone up quite a bit in the last year. So that's kind of it's kind of too bad, but I think this has a really bright future. If you can get the stock for under $100, I would definitely buy this. Up in this level though, I would stay away from it. Wait till it gets down to, I'd say, below 100. If you're lucky. I hope this does go down so I can buy some more. I do own some of this stock. Yeah, wait till at least low 100s, and if it does dip below 100, I would definitely feel comfortable with buying this stock. So I mean, another reason why I think this stock has a bright future is there's a shift where people are buying their products. I mean, you know Amazon, what Amazon is doing to brick and mortar stores. And Shopify is basically allowing the individual to make their own stores and sell, pretty much whatever they want to sell. And this is just destroying the brick and mortar stores. I mean, the future is pretty much with the individual. It's all going to the individual. Same thing with TV. Basically with TV, you have cable industry is just dying right now, and it's all going to the individual with things like YouTube. Netflix is a big one. I know Amazon has their own video service as well, but all the power is going to the individual with whether it be TV, retail with Power Shopify. Like I said before, you would have to hire a web developer, and it would cost you thousands of dollars. And that wasn't that long ago. Before, probably 5 years ago, you'd have to hire your own web developer, pay them, I'd say probably around $5,000 to build a website with payment processing. Now, like I said, you can do it in under a day, just completely seamless to use. And this is just such a powerful tool to anyone that wants to make their own store where they can sell their own products. So the next stock that I am looking at is Wix. So basically Wix does what Shopify does, but it does not offer payment processing, and it's a lot cheaper. I think it does offer a free subscription plan that doesn't offer really much, and their top of the line one I think is $25. So pretty much just like Shopify, but without the e-commerce capabilities. So this platform is more for like beginners, that someone just wants to make a basic website. Um, Say they do own like a brick and mortar store and they just want to build a website for people to go to. This is kind of their what they would go to. Before, I mean, there's WordPress right now, but that is very complicated. I've used WordPress before, and it does take some coding knowledge. I would not recommend that for someone that doesn't has never built a website. With Wix, you can do this in, I'd say, under an hour. You can build a professional looking website in under an hour for free. So this is very powerful. Again, this stock has gone up a decent amount in the last year. Um, I would say I would buy this stock anywhere under 60. So again, I mean, this is a huge, powerful tool. Um, and I think this trend is just beginning with, people building their own websites. It's almost like if you don't have your own website anymore, you're kind of behind the game. Having your own website increases your chance for employment. I know a lot of people will include their own website on their resume, and basically on their website they'll have their resume on their basic main page. And this just shows employers that you have the skills that are useful in today's age, and you know how to build websites. And even though it's easy, but most employers don't know this. So yeah, this is a huge, powerful tool. Wix and Shopify. I think this trend is just beginning. I mean, yes, these stocks, they don't really. I'll go back to Shopify. So I mean, Shopify, their revenue is exploding right now. They don't have any earnings as of yet, but that's just because they keep reinvesting, just like Amazon does. They keep reinvesting what they make back into their business. I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, they don't have earnings, so why are they valued so much? It's because they do a huge amount of business. They have 500,000 customers that use their website. Let's look at Wix right now. Wix, same thing. Their revenue is exploding. They still don't make anything in earnings, but that's just like with Shopify. They just keep reinvesting their revenue back into the business, and mainly this goes towards like advertising. I know Shopify just bought out another company, so this decreases the odds of another website sprouting up and kind of taking their place. So I think it's a smart move that they're just reinvesting all their earnings back into their company. So stock number 3 is ConocoPhillips. So this is an oil and gas exploration company. So I mean, oil and gas prices have been depressed for a very long time now, probably about 3 years. And I don't think this is going to continue for too much longer. I mean, right now, most oil and gas companies aren't making anything, and most are actually losing money. So I don't expect this to continue for too much longer. And the main reason that oil and gas prices have been depressed for this long is we've been oversupplied for the past few years. I'll show you a chart of kind of the long-term supply and demand curves. So this is, the black is consumption and the blue is production. So yeah, so you see this excess supply back in 13 and 14. We had a shortage actually of looks like 1 million barrels of oil per day. So right now, 15, 16, we had an excess supply of a little over 1 million. As of today, we pretty much don't have any surplus or shortage. It's pretty even right now, but projections continue to grow for gas and oil consumption. So back in 10 years ago, we consumed about 85 million barrels. So down here, 2009, we consumed about 85 million barrels of oil per day. Today, we consume about 97 million barrels of oil per day, and they're projecting in 2018 that we consume about 100 million barrels of oil per day. So, I mean, this is just growing. I don't see any end to this increased demand for at least another few decades. I mean, I know electric cars are on their way. They're coming. That is the future. But as of right now, it's still oil and gas. That's what we consume, and I don't expect that to stop for at least another few decades. And right now, we're pretty much capped out with what we can produce. So basically, within the next 3 years, I see us going into another shortage of oil production. Another point that I want to point out is Saudi Arabia is going to IPO their Saudi Aramco, and it's supposed to be the biggest IPO of all time. I think it's supposed to be valued around $1.2 trillion is what they want, but with oil depressed like it is today, they're not going to get that. And they have cut slightly within the last year, and I do expect them to make another cut if oil prices don't go up, just so they can prop up their IPO for their Saudi Aramco. So I'll go back to Conoco. So yeah, basically they're I think half and half like oil and natural gas, but I think this company will perform very nicely with an increase in oil prices. Go back to here. They do offer a dividend as well. They offer, looks like 2.44% dividend, so that's not bad. And you will get that appreciation once oil and gas. Let's go to a longer term chart. So let's go to 5 years and go to week. So back when oil prices were around $100 a barrel, this was about a $70 stock. And back in 08, when oil prices were really crazy, this was at $87 a share. Right now it's trading at about $44 a share. I would feel comfortable buying this at this price range that it's at right now. $42 to $44. I would definitely recommend buying this stock. So another stock that I'm looking at that I think could double within the next year is Chesapeake. So this is a little bit riskier than Conoco. They do have a higher debt load than what ConocoPhillips does. And by the way, this is another oil and gas company. So yeah, they've kind of been tanking their share price, but like I said with Conoco, I think with oil prices, it's only a matter of time before they go up. And I think this will appreciate very nicely with an appreciation of oil prices. So yeah, it looks like earlier this year it was trading around $8 a share. Right now it's $3.50, a little over $3.55. I would feel comfortable with buying this stock again anywhere in this $3 range, really. I think you're getting a very good deal. Let's go back to 5 years. So this is a 5-year chart. So back when oil prices were around $100 a barrel, this is a $25, $30 stock. I don't think it's going to make it back up to there because they have had some problems with issued a lot of new shares. So, I don't think it's ever going to make it back to that. But I think this could easily double within the next year. If oil goes back up to $100 a barrel, I think this is easily $10 to $15 stock. Let's go back to the year. Go up to so yeah, with this company, they're losing money right now with oil prices as they are. But like I said, with oil prices, it all depends on oil prices. If they don't go back up, then yeah, this stock stays at 370. Hopefully it doesn't go bankrupt, but I mean it could if oil stays this depressed and even goes lower for another couple of years. So again, this is riskier. This is a stock that can go bankrupt if oil prices don't go up within, I would say, 3 years. So don't go out and bet the farm on this one. Conoco is a little bit more stable. They have a little bit more cash on hand, not quite as much debt. So I'd feel more comfortable recommending this one to someone that's a little bit more conservative. So the last company that I'm looking at is Tesla, and this is kind of counterintuitive to what I've been talking about with oil and gas, but I do think fully electric cars, that's still another decade for more integration of electric cars, and then probably another 50 years out before we go, fully electric with our transportation. But I do think this is the company of the future. It's the transportation of the future is electric. Um, I do think it's, like I said, another couple decades off. I mean, this is a longer term play, and I mean Elon Musk, he's one of the great visionaries of our time right now. And basically, what you're doing with Tesla, you're buying futures in a man that has unparalleled vision to anyone. I mean, this stock and this company, Tesla, this is the future of transportation, and they produce their own batteries as well. Solar City, they own Solar City now, so they're into solar as well. So, I mean, this is just the future of energy production and transportation. Most people will say this company is overvalued because, yeah, they don't make any profit whatsoever right now. They're burning a lot of cash right now. But the people that say that are the people that can't see the future and see what is possible with this company. Um, so, yeah, right now it is trading pretty high at $355 a share. Um, Back earlier this year, it was trading at under $200 a share. Let's go back to 5 year. So again, it has gone up pretty considerably. Looks like back in 2013, this was a $25 stock. So yeah, I really wish I would have bought this stock back then. And by the way, this is one stock that I have not purchased yet. The previous four I do own and have owned for some time now. But this stock is kind of a new one that I'm looking at, and I've kind of put it off for too long. And I will admit I've been one of those doubters that have said or thought, this company is overvalued. I don't think it's going to go up anymore. I don't think see the future in it. But I mean, I'm finally starting to wake up and realize that this company, this person, Elon Musk, he is the future of transport, and he's just a true visionary of our time. I mean, I would feel comfortable buying this stock anywhere. I mean, I wish I would have bought it back here, but that's easy to say now. But right now, I would buy this anything below 340. Anywhere in this range, I would buy. Yeah, I mean, I think it's valued at about $60 billion right now. And I see this stock, in 10 years to be up there with, those like Amazon valuation. By the way, Amazon's valued at, I think, around 500 billion. So yeah, I see a very bright future for this company. So I hope you guys got a lot out of this. So full disclosure, I do own 4 of these stocks. I own Chesapeake, I own ConocoPhillips, I own Wix, and I own Shopify. And I would not recommend anyone go out and buy Chesapeake Energy and put all their money in that stock, because that is a very risky stock. But you will see huge upside if oil prices do go up. Tesla, I am looking at buying that stock on any sort of dip. Hopefully, within the next couple months, we'll get some sort of sell-off, and I will be buying this stock. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.